Welcome dear students. Today we will continue chapter 5, Judiciary, Need of Independent Judiciary. Let's begin the chapter dear students. What are the needs of independent judiciary? First one is to ensure that all the three organs of the government are functioning within their allocated powers. Whatever power is given, they should function within that. Okay. And provision of the constitution, what the constitution prescribes, they should follow it and function within that. They should not interfere with the other. Okay. Second point says to interpret the provision of the constitution independently without any pressure from executive or legislature. These two organs should not interfere in activities of the judiciary. Okay. Fourth point is to give justice without any fear of interference from the executive or legislature. So these two executive and legislature should not pressurize. They should not get frightened with these two organs. Okay. So they should give justice by themselves. And the fourth point says to protect the fundamental rights of the citizens. So judiciary should protect the fundamental rights of the citizens. Okay. Very fine. Let's see the next point. Okay. Now what it says is, the above principles are enshrined so as to safeguard the citizens' rights for fairness in the judiciary and not get influenced by politicians, my dear students. Keep in mind, today politicians can be danger for the society. So judiciary should not get frightened. They should not be influenced by politicians and bureaucrats, officers like IS officers and other sub-officers and all. Okay. The rich and the influentials also. Today rich and influential people, they can rule over many. Okay, so they should not be influenced by that. The following have been provided for making the judiciary independent. Let us see what are the things provided for the independent judiciary. First point is, judges in Supreme Court and High Court are appointed by the President on the advice of Prime Minister. Okay, keep in mind, President appoints on the advice of Prime Minister. Okay, and the consultation of the Chief Justice of Supreme Court. Of course, Chief Justice of Supreme Court also is appointed by the President, but Chief Justice has to approve, and on approval of him, the other judges will be appointed. Okay, let's see next point. Once appointed, it is very difficult to remove them from the same. Okay, they cannot be removed. So third point, their tenure are fixed and secured so that they cannot be forced or coerced to give unfair judgment. Okay, they cannot give any unfair judgments. That is why the tenures are fixed for 5 years. Okay, they get fixed salary and allowances, other facilities which cannot be reduced. Okay, so these are the facilities which we see talks about independent judiciary. Next we will be seeing the structure of judiciary, dear students. What are the structures? Okay, let us see. The Indian judicial system is structured at various levels, starting from the district level. Okay, below this level are the Nyaya Panchayats, but they are not officially recognized as they have no powers to send anyone to jail for a crime. Okay, so district level there is Nyaya Panchayat after that, but we will see before this we will be seeing the High Courts. Okay, then we will be seeing the Supreme Courts also. Okay, now we will be seeing Supreme Court. Okay, Supreme Court. Keep it in mind, dear students. Now, Supreme Court, original jurisdiction, Supreme Court can hear some cases which come directly to it. Like what? Let us see. First point is, Supreme Court can settle dispute between Government of India and one or more states. Second point, disputes between two state governments. Third one, dispute between the Government of India and any other state or states on one side and one or more states on other side. Okay, all these issues Supreme Court directly handles. Okay, enforcement of fundamental rights, it is empowered to issue order or writ to enforce them. So all these points, okay, Supreme Court can hear directly. Okay, let us see what is this appellate jurisdiction. Okay, first point is appellate jurisdiction. It can hear appeals against the judgments of the High Court in both civil and criminal cases. Suppose, what is this appellate jurisdiction, dear students? Suppose in district court they cannot, if the person So let us see what is this appellate jurisdiction. It can hear appeals against the judgment of the High Court in both civil and criminal cases. Yes, dear students, what it means is, suppose you are not happy with your judgment in maybe in the district court, then you go to the High Court. Okay, that is called appellate. You re-appeal it. Same case you appeal in the High Court. Okay, and if High Court also decides and gives a judgment and still you are not happy, you can still proceed to the Supreme Court. That is called appellate. Appellate means appealing. Okay, so that is what it can be, criminal cases or it can be civil cases also. Okay, second point says advisory jurisdiction. What is this advisory jurisdiction? If at any time, okay, it at any time, suppose so let's see, dear students, what is this appellate jurisdiction? Okay, so appellate jurisdiction means, what is this appellate jurisdiction? It can hear appeals. Okay, whatever you appeal for. Suppose you are not happy with the judgment given by the district court, then you go to the High Court. Okay, and even you are not happy in the High Court's judgment, then you go to the Supreme Court. Whether it can be a civil case or it can be a criminal cases. That is called appellate jurisdiction, dear students. Okay, if you are not happy, you go to the next, that is High Court, then you go to the Supreme Court. Okay, next point is advisory jurisdiction. If at any time it appears to the President that a question of law or fact has arisen or is likely to arise. Suppose it arises by anyone, okay, whatever the judgment has been given, then President again refers to the question and he tells the courts to consider it and refer back once again and re-go through, once again you go through the case and find out what is the exact opinion. Then only the opinion is to be given to the President. Okay, that is called advisory jurisdiction. Okay, I hope you understood. And court of record. Let us see what is this court of record. Okay, whatever judgment is given, there should be a record. There should be a record. Okay, whether it can be whatever it is. Suppose in district court or in maybe High Court or whatever it is. So everything should be kept recording. No, everything should be kept the. Now let's see what is this court of record, dear students. All the judgments of the Supreme Court are kept as records and quoted by lawyers while pleading similar case in courts. Whatever it is, whether lawyers have spoken or whatever things, judgments have been given, all the records are being kept. Okay, that is called court of record. And last point is judicial review, dear students. The Supreme Court is the final interpreter of the Constitution. Okay, Supreme Court is the final. The district court cannot, High Court, but the Supreme Court can be the final interpreter of the Constitution. It has the right to declare any law as null and void. Null and void means invalid. Okay, if it violates the basic structure of the Constitution. Okay, it can remove the whatever laws are being made. Okay, suppose ruling party makes a different, it makes a rules, new rules. Okay, it amends the law and which is not good for the society, not good for the people, then it can just invalidate. Okay, so that is what judicial review does. So these are the 4 points you have to keep in your mind, dear students. Okay, very fine. I hope you understood. Next point we will see is High Court. Keep in mind, High Courts are in a state or a group of states. Some states are having one High Court. Some High Courts are for group of states. Okay, so 2-3 states can have one High Court also. Let us see. They have the power to issue orders called writs and to protect the fundamental rights of the citizens under the head of original jurisdiction. Okay, under the appellate jurisdiction, the High Court is empowered to hear appeals against the decision of the lower courts like district courts. Okay, it can be civil or it can be criminal cases. Okay, now we will be studying about subordinate courts. Okay, let's see what is this subordinate court. These courts start at the district level and are classified as district court. Keep in mind, court of sub judges, municipal court, etc. Normally the public comes in contact with the judicial system at this level. Okay, basically public will approach district court, then if it doesn't work they go to high court, after that only they go to the Supreme Court. Okay, so very fine. I hope you understood what is Supreme Court, High Court and subordinate court. Okay, these are the responsibilities of the Supreme Court, High Court and subordinate court. Okay, let us see this picture will give a clarity. Okay, the judiciary is the third branch of the Indian government, dear students. First one is legislature, executive and judiciary. So now let us see the points. Supreme Court is the highest court of India. Second one is the high courts. It can be one high court for one state or one high court for 2-3 states. Then we saw district courts. Okay, it deals with the civil, criminal and revenue cases, and also we see Nyaya Panchayat. Okay, so these are the 4 steps. Basically people approach to the district courts because Nyaya Panchayat cannot give punishment. Okay, so fine. So thank you, dear students. I hope you understood. If you have not understood, please ask me so that we can clarify all the doubts, or you can ask your teachers.